Hi guys, my name is Summer Janae and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about one topic and it's a loaded topic, so I'm gonna ease my way into it. Today the topic I'd like to talk about is the word triggered. And I want to talk about being triggered specifically as it relates to the work environment. So I think it's important to understand and know how and when someone was triggered or is triggered in the workplace, because I think once you realize that person is triggered, you can easier diffuse whatever it is going on by figuring out what triggered the person. And I know this is easier said than done, but I really do think that workplace environments are built on relationships. So if you don't take the opportunity or the chance to get to know the people in your work environment, to know if something's wrong with them, or if and when I mean something's wrong with them, something out of the norm. Like if that person's usually happy-go-lucky, but then they come in and they're not happy-go-lucky, then that would be the opportunity or the chance to engage that person to say, hey, Tim, what's going on? I noticed you didn't do X, Y, and Z today, or I noticed you were kind of quiet in this meeting and you're usually loud. So what's going on? That's called getting to know and getting an understanding of your teammates, so that if something is off, then you have a better chance of being able to intervene and assist him or her with whatever it is that they have going on. So many times it's deliverables driven and that's all you want to know about, but sometimes you have to really get to know I would say all the time you need to get to know your people, especially if you are leading and you're a supervisor. You need to know about how, just what motivates your people, little things about your people. Like for me, I think as a supervisor, you need to know personal things about your employees. They may not voluntarily give them to you all up front, but if you don't ever get to the point where you've established a rapport where you can find out what's going on in the lives of your people, then something catastrophic could be going on at home and you're pushing him or her to give you X, Y, and Z because a suspense has to be made. Well, I can tell you, if you take care of people, they will take care of the mission. That action will get done, but you first have to be concerned about that person as a whole. So I would offer up that advice as we are having this conversation about being triggered. So the next thing I think you should look into is, as you're getting to know your people, if you hear something as they're talking to you about an experience they maybe had in the past that you can tell is still bothering him or her, if you feel safe, and I mean safe in not putting the employee in a predicament, if you will, to have a further conversation to get more information about that experience. I think as those things potentially come up in the workplace, that you could head those triggering experiences off in the new workplace, because you are aware of what happened in the past and you know how that employee feels about it. The last thing I would like to discuss with you today as it relates to triggering environments and things is, make sure you're mindful of how you are communicating with your staff or your co-workers, because I wrote a book, The Copacetic Workplace, And in that book, I talked about an experience I had with someone who was in a quasi leadership role that was trying to recruit me from my company, and I wasn't interested in joining the company I was supporting. But when a major organization that was in a different industry was trying to recruit me, they wanted to talk to me about a position, and when I wanted to hear what they had to say. That particular person in leadership began to target me, if you will, because I was not interested in their company. But when the other company came up on the net, I wanted to hear what they had to say. I eventually, based on the dynamics I saw and the changes in her conversation, because we had to self-report that was going on, when I found out about the conversation and she found out I was interested, I know we were headed to a holiday party, and like just her whole demeanor changed from that day forward. And she began to like send, back then it was Skype, it wasn't like Teams that the way we use it now, but she began to Skype chat me like right before she knew it was time for me to leave to go and catch my train, so that I would be in her office and I'd have to miss my train and I'd have to wait longer for like another 30 minutes to an hour for the next train. So it would be like little things like that and then the way she would tell me, she would put in the chat like "see me," telling me to come to her office. So those things and that behavior I would say are triggering for me. So just get a better understanding, I'm saying, of what types of things may trigger the people in your environment, so you can better mitigate those triggering situations and keep your environment a copacetic workplace, a place where everyone wants to be. That's all I have for you today. Thank you for joining me on the topic of triggering. If I said anything that is prompting questions or comments for you, please drop them in the comment box. I will I'll put the link to the Copacetic Workplace in the description box. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please like and share this video. And thank you again for joining. Go be great and have a great rest of your day.